Hi, this is Ridea Keeping It Real, and we are back. We are doing our series of reading the proverb of the day, and today is October 22nd, so we're on Proverbs 22. And this proverb is entitled Wisdom Regarding Work and Being a Neighbor, and it also starts these 30 wise sayings. So here we go. Proverbs 22. If you have to choose between a good reputation and great wealth, choose a good reputation. The rich and the poor have this in common. The Lord made them both. Sensible people will see trouble coming and avoid it, but an unthinking person will walk right into it and regret it later. Have reverence for the Lord, be humble, and you will get riches, honor, and a long life. If you love your life, stay away from the traps that catch the wicked along the way. Teach a child how he should live, and he will remember it all his life. Poor people are the rich man's slaves. Borrow money, and you are the lender's slave. If you plant the seeds of injustice, disaster will spring up, and your oppression of others will end. Be generous and share your food with the poor. You will be blessed for it. Get rid of a conceited person, and then there will be no more arguments, quarreling, or name calling. If you love purity of heart and graciousness of speech, the king will be your friend. The Lord sees to it that truth is kept safe by disproving the words of liars. The lazy man stays at home. He says a lion might get him if he goes outside. Adultery is a trap. It catches those with whom the Lord is angry. Children just naturally do silly, careless things, but a good spanking will teach them how to behave. If you make gifts to rich people or oppress the poor to get rich, you will become poor yourself. The 30 wise sayings. Listen, and I will teach you what wise men have said. Study their teachings, and you will be glad if you remember them and can quote them. I want you to put your trust in the Lord. That is why I'm going to tell them to you now. I have written down 30 sayings for you. They contain knowledge and good advice and will teach you what the truth really is. Then, when you are sent to find it out, you will bring back the right answer. 1. Don't take advantage of the poor just because you can. Don't take advantage of those who stand helpless in court. The Lord will argue their case for them and threaten the life of anyone who threatens theirs. 2. Don't make friends with people who have hot, violent tempers. You might learn their habits and not be able to change. 3. Don't promise to be responsible for someone else's debt. If you should be unable to pay, they will take away even your bed. 4. Never move an old property line that your ancestors established. 5. Show me a man who does a good job, and I will show you a man who is better than most and worthy of the company of kings. That is chapter 22. It doesn't conclude the 30 wise sayings. Those go on into chapter 24. But we're going to stop there because that's all it took. It's all the time it took, 4 minutes to read chapter 22. And there were some interesting things in here, some that from the King James you recognize that. Train up with the child in the way it should go, and he will not soon depart from that, except it just put it in a different language here. So there are a couple of pictures to color. Let's go ahead and do that. 22:5. If you love your life, stay away from traps that catch the wicked along the way. That's the trap. You see that trap there. Stay away from traps. Sometimes you don't know the traps until you're in it, right? But it's trying to tell you that watch the traps that other people are in, and it will help you not be in those traps. When I walked around the block today, I And I know to say the Most High, even though I said the Lord here. Something just tells me just to say what it says for this time. As I ask the Most High, at the end of the day, doesn't it make sense to ask for wisdom? Because wisdom is going to, if you think about it, wisdom's going to get you all the other things you want. You're going to be doing things along the way that are wise things, that everything else will be added onto that, right? So that kind of makes sense, even though you want to ask for money and let me be able to pay my bills and, whatever else, health, you know. But if you have wisdom, it's going to help you get all those things. Okay. And then verse 22:9 says, be generous and share your food with the poor. You will be blessed for it. It's a whole lot here about that. There was a whole lot in these Proverbs about to share food with the poor or help the poor. And the Most High will repay you. Don't worry about being repaid. You're really doing it unto the Most High. And you remember in the New Testament it says, those that have done it unto the least of these, my brethren, have done it unto me. So, interesting. And that's interesting too. It's looks like a banana. Looks like a banana or some type of fruit. Before I just kind of color these in just enough to know what color I'm going to color it, and then while the video's uploading, then I fix the colors up before I take a picture of it and use it as my thumbnail. So 22:17. Listen, and I will teach you what wise men have said. Study their teachings, and you will be glad. 22:17. Listen, and I will teach you what wise men have said. Study their teachings. That's it. That's 17. And so I guess he's up here kind of preaching like, I'm gonna tell you the secrets. That's what he's saying. Just listen up. I'm gonna tell you the secret. What's this? And so, what kind? You can't beat that. Being told the secret. So I'm gonna finish coloring this. That's less than 8 minutes where we read Proverbs 22. So until next time, it's Ridea keeping it real.